Position of the pipeline is typical of what happens in D.C. Coastal elites, out of touch with the rest of the country, making major economic decisions that affect all of us and that we all end up paying for. We welcome Patrick Dorinson. He is the Cowboy Libertarian. Patrick, great to see you. So I view this as kind of a piece of a whole puzzle where we see this small group of elitists who make decisions that affect all of us, and we all have to pay billions of dollars for. Is that what you see it?
Well, that's what I see, and I live here in California, David, which is the birthplace of the Green Movement. It's the Vatican of the Church of Enlightened Environmentalism. Everybody here, we got a bunch of Hollywood stars going to the White House and begging President Obama not to build something that is going to create jobs for operating engineers, pipe fitters, and the guys that make the pipe, cat skinners, laborers. These are the kind of guys that really need to work. We talk about shovel-ready. Well, there's a shovel-ready project right there. But this president is going to listen to the Hollywood people and stop listening to the real people. And
you're on the West Coast, I'm on the East Coast, and it's the folks in the middle that are going to have to live with this thing in their backyard, and they're okay with it right now. I mean, it just seems unconscionable that the president won't listen to the people affected and instead are listening to these small groups of elites.
Well, you know, I think he's made a decision on the jobs front. You mentioned unions with your last guest. He doesn't care about the unions that actually build stuff. He cares more about the unions, the public employees unions, because that's a growing sector. Whereas the other sector, you know, operating engineers, those guys, that's shrunk over the years because we're just not doing some of the things we used to do. So he's made a bet. He's going to bet with the Hollywood elitists, the coastal elitists, and the public employees versus the hardworking people who actually drive a tractor, who actually put pipe in the ground and actually do something in this country.
That's a very astute observation because the private sector unions only represent about 7% of the workforce. 35% of government workers are unionized, and it's that group that they're trying to appeal to. Well, what do you think about the public? There is an election coming up. I think even people who aren't directly affected by the pipeline are going to see the logic of this, don't you?
Absolutely. I mean, we've got energy in this country. We've got natural gas, we've got oil with our neighbors to the north, we've got natural gas. Just think of all the energy we have here. You're talking about closing the Strait of Hormuz. I like to have a day sometime in this country where we tell them folks in that part of the world they can stick their oil where the sun don't shine because we don't need it. Start worrying about the people who actually do the hard work in this country and stop worrying about the people that are sitting around Hollywood jumping out of their SUVs on the red carpet telling the rest of us we should drive a Prius.
And who's a better ally, by the way, the oil sheiks or our friends up north, the Canadians?
Well, trust me, I'd rather be with the Canucks. They're good cowboys, too.
All right. Patrick, good to see you. Happy New Year to you. Patrick Dorinson. Thanks a lot.
Happy New Year to you, David.